So the speech by the President of Nigerian Young Generation in Nuclear during the courtesy visit to the CMD, UMTH Professor Ahmed Ahidjo, UMTH House, Utako, FCT, Abuja, Friday, the 14th of February, 2020. Dear Professor Ahmed Ahidjo, Consultant Interventional Radiologist, CMD, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, on behalf of Nigerian Young Generation in Nuclear, NYGN, I would like to thank you for accepting to receive our delegation in this historic city, Abuja. The last time I visited you here was in the lead up to the SSAYNS in 2019 of September. I was full of ecstasy and had enormous admiration for your calm composure and support. I am happy to inform you that the support we received from you was a major morale booster and had many of us to be very, very hopeful, even though so many of our supporters failed us at the critical time of that summit. I was not surprised at the large ovation you received after your speech at the summit. It was the greatest feature of that summit. The members of the Nigerian Young Generation in Nuclear see you as a mentor, and your career is a major motivation and hope for them to continue doing what they are doing better. Dear Professor, I want to also congratulate you on your multiple victory in administering best medical services in the crisis-ridden city of Maiduguri. We have hope that you will lead this UMTH organization to consolidate its motto of excellence for the progress of our beloved country, Nigeria. In the first place, Professor, we want to update you on the bid to host IYNC, International Youth Nuclear Congress, in the coming years in Nigeria. I muted the intent of this bid hosting the IYNC conference in Nigeria to you in September 2019, and your immediate supportive words were no mean impetus to continue in the quest. If we win this bid to host the International Youth Nuclear Congress in Nigeria, our presence will be heralded and our contribution to this field of endeavor will be no more taken for granted. It will be solidly consolidated in the scheme of things. The economic vibrancy it brings is also very welcoming. As an international expert, everybody will come and see what we have to offer in Nigeria. Our vision as NYGN is to revolutionize nuclear, and we cannot do this without the guidance of seasoned experts like you. Since the last concluded summit, encomiums have been streaming for the achievements and eager minds have been associating with us. This is because you believed in what we are doing. I want to assure you, Professor, that it won't be too long before the NYGN spreads across the country, and your excellence is what is spreading with it. Our other reason for this visit, Professor, are related to the outstanding indebtedness of NYGN to the venue where we hosted the SSAYNS Summit. The amount to a total sum of 3 million naira only. We have come to appeal to you, Professor, to help us effect payment of this outstanding fee, because it's an obligatory payment. They have threatened to sue us for this indebtedness. We appreciate the importance of the endeavor to the developmental change agenda of the government and the promotion of peaceful uses of nuclear technology in power and non-power sector. We have come to assure you that we can help to expedite the process of checking the menace of cancer and highlighting the pressing need for further legislation for nuclear technology in Nigeria. The other issue of extreme importance to us is an appeal to you, Professor, to assist with the rehabilitation radiotherapy funds for young patients across the country. Starting from Borno and Ebonyi State, needing funds. Those patients that are needing funds for radiotherapy, we want to raise funds for them. As an expert in the field of radiology, you already know that cancer knows no age boundaries, and we cannot sit down and watch young people come under the burden of cancer and let their dream die unachieved. Some patients have appealed for funds from us, and we cannot pay deaf ears to them. We have continuously expended funds to fix things. We do need your assistance to remove the problem, one step at a time. Finally, we have suffered the wrath of some international collaborators because we are not financially buoyant to make massive representation. Finally, we want to thank you, Professor, for receiving our delegation. We do hope that this becomes the beginning of mutually beneficial relationship between your leadership and the NYGN. We are going to be returning to your domain more often. As we enter the electioneering period, we are putting in place a lot of programs to reach out to various groups of institutions to promote the benefits of science to the common man and the common citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, Professor, for your attention. Thank you very much. So now I want to...
I would not... I know Prof while I was the MC of a program, NYGN, when he came for his presentation. To be very honest, I envy the CV. Sir, you are somebody Nigeria as a country is proud of, and you might not know it because you own it. At times you might not know who you are, but to be very honest, the moment we told people in NYGN today that we're going to see Prof Ahidjo, the people that signify interest, we could not carry them. At the point he had to play gimmicks to let's drop people out because everybody was like, let me go and see that man with that receipt. That man that talked that day. Is it that man? Yeah, let's go and see him. But sir, I really pray that the Almighty God will really see you through, give you good health, for you to continue this good work you've started. Thank you, sir. And if you have anything to say before the interview? Okay. No, let's hear from Prof first.
Thank you very much. You are all welcome, and I really appreciate your coming for the courtesy visit. It's a commitment that you made to ensure that Nigeria benefit from a certain section, a portion of scientific knowledge. And you are not representing a government, you are an organization, which means you have a mission and vision to serve your own society. I wish you have many groups of young people across all other fields that have the passion to move things. These are the drivers that we need to move the economy of the country to the right direction. When you find people active, pursuing things that will be of benefit to their own community, their own nation, or global picture, they are the ones that the society really needs. You have passive individuals that doesn't care. And we have negative individuals who keeps on criticizing things without thinking on how to change. So whenever I see proactive people like you that think of things on how to change things that will benefit humanity, it really pleases me. Keep on the energy that you have, the vigor that you have started with, and the commitment to pursue these things despite all the odds is very, very essential. Always at the beginning is really rough. in the first place, people don't even know the benefit of what you're doing. Not to talk of assisting in achieving it. So you have dual work to do, to educate them and to convince them to do it. You know, convincing an educated person on an issue is easy. But now it's your duty to educate the person. At the same time, after educating him, you convince him to do it. So it's a dual job. It's a dual job. And it's an area that is very essential for the success of this country to meet up with the global needs, and yet is a sensitive matter. It's a well-regulated sector that has international interests. So, with caution and perseverance, is easy to achieve. So I really commend you all. We will continue to work together to ensure that it's successful in Nigeria like other countries. We reap the benefit too. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Before we go into the interview section, let me just use this little opportunity. Mr. Jerry, the president, is now a new person to Prof. So let me start by him, the president. By my right is Mr. Shamshuddeen, a mechanical engineer by profession, a staff of Nigerian Atomic Energy Commission, a scientific officer, or should I call it an engineer? And, coming here is Mr. Ibrahim Abubakar, a computer scientist who has gone far and wide, a very humble man from Borno State. I think if I've met a friend, he is one of them. Very humble to the core, and I hope he leads us someday because he has that charisma of leadership. And I remember my humble self, Godwin, an industrial chemist, a scientific officer in the same commission. Thank you, sir. I will just start briefly by asking our dear Prof. Please, would like to know who you are. Sir?
Thank you. I will simply say I am Ahidjo. My first name is Ahmed, my surname is Ahidjo.
Okay.
I'm a radiologist by profession. For some that may not know what a radiologist is, a radiologist is a medical doctor. After training as a medical doctor, then you specialize in the science of radiation medicine for treatment of patients. So we went to specialized training for 6 years to become a radiologist. And that's what a radiologist was. Went into that field to become a professor of radiology. And I also trained as an interventional radiology within the radiology, a component that deals with treatment in addition to diagnosis of diseases. The key thing is we use radiation for virtually all the things that we use, the applications, the equipments. That's why we use radiation. So that's why we link to the nuclear. So diagnostic medicine and therapeutic medicine, we have radiation medicine, which comprises of radiology, oncology, and nuclear medicine. These are the 3 major fields of radiation radiation medicine. We use a lot of nuclear for the purpose of treating patients, for the purpose of diagnosis of diseases of patients. And I hailed from Borno State, Askira local government, Rumirgo village. Happily married also. 2 kids.
Thank you, Prof. What really amazed me in this is that after being a medical doctor, he went for another studies for good 6 years. It's difficult to have Nigerians with these patients, not just the study, the patience of acquiring this. So I really admire and appreciate your vigor on the pursuit of this very sensitive area in medicine. However, what really captured my imagination was the way you, after all this, expected 10 children. But just 2. More grace to help us, sir. Sir, I want to believe in this area you've done a lot of work, you've done serious researches. How has one of these your work or researches has it had an impact in the medical sector in Nigeria? The impact of one of your researches? Or is this just the normal medicine people hear about? The impact in the medical sector?
Yeah, there are 2 things always in mind. Whenever you are about to help a society, first you look at the status of the society. In that, you are establishing a baseline knowledge and capacity of that society. And secondly, you now look at the intervention that needs to be done to that society. So these are the 2 facts whenever you really want to assist a system. Baseline assessment and the interventional components of that assessment. The baseline assessment always tells you the kind of challenges, the level of that society. So, when we came in radiology, we did a lot of baseline studies to determine the level where we belong. And believe you me, in many of the baseline studies that we have, as expected, we are on the low side. And that will bring out like a voice of outcry to show the world that this is the level where we are, and these are the likely things that we need to intervene. So most of my researches I did to establish baseline data set, and a lot of them are online, because the essence now of having any information is to share it with other people. If you Google, I think it's easy, that's the best way to know. So I have over 80 scientific publications in the field of radiology and radiation medicine, and several chapters in books and books. So all the literature, I think they are available online. Even my book is free. If you Google it, I decided not to sell it. I decided to leave it free for anybody who will download it in PDF. It's on my website. I have received several acknowledgements all over the world on the utilization of many of our researches. And it's helpful. So we're doing a lot. And not only doing the research, but guiding others to do research. Because as a teacher, you don't stop at the level of doing research, but also you teach others on how to do the research. I've supervised so many projects related to research of undergraduate students, MSc students, PhD students, fellowship of both national, postgraduate medical college of Nigeria, West African College of Surgeons. I can't count them now, there are so many. There are so many. So I believe that mentorship will help our own society to have a culture of research in solving our issues. One of the major challenges that we have in the country is lack of utilization of research information. Many work are done in a field, you find somebody who just casually would take a decision without scientific evidence. I think that's one of our challenges. If you decide to do a particular task, review the literature. Look at the literature on that issue. It's difficult, it's easy now, unlike during the olden days that we used to go to the library, take journal by journal, you don't see it, you have to ask for that expert in that particular city or that country. But now your handset is just there. Information is so easy to access. So decision making that is not evidence-based is one of the challenges that we are facing in the country. If we really want to strengthen the research aspect, let's take evidence-based decisions, scientific decisions. Anything that you really want to do, ask yourself, has somebody done work along that line? Where did he stop? What did he find? What are the challenges? How do I overcome it? Do I fall into the same challenges? Or did he advise on how to provide solutions? Did he give solutions on how to overcome such challenges? And you avoid mistakes and you plan very well. But now is different. We do take decisions not on evidence-based scientific reasons. So I think that's the direction I want to go. Anything that we do, let's use our scientists. Many of them are dormant in the universities. Many of them have published so much things, and it's just kept for academic purpose. There's academic promotions. Is the society that is supposed to use this information for proper utilization of our own resources. That's what it's like.
I really, in fact, I wish we had our political gladiators here to hear this from you, because when brains like this are talking, we really need people from the political sector to really know where we are getting it wrong. And I will want to plead that this interview, the president of NYGN takes this interview beyond a level, because people need to hear this. The world needs to hear this. Nigeria at large needs to hear this. This is just the factual truth to really develop this country, the nation at large. And I really liked when Prof was talking about data. In Nigeria, I think we have a major problem in data. But I was really happy when he gave instances that when you get here, these data are there for you. But because I remember some weeks ago, we were running a research and data was actually a problem for us to get. But I'm really happy. And I'm also happy being a member of the West African College of Medical Surgeons. I've had this good strides, that very body have done free operations, free diagnosis, all around Abuja, I think. They've gone to state by state, and it's all free. And I'm really happy that that body is really doing a lot to improve the lives of Nigerians. A lot of people cannot pay for medical bills. These operations are being done free, and I'm happy that Prof is a pivotal member of that body. And we just pray that that body will continue to sustain its strength. However, sir, you spoke much about research. And most of our research is based on left for academic promotions. What do you think the government will do now to transfer this research from the academic point of view to the implementation point of view, which you have earlier emphasized, that this research should not just be for academic promotions? Now, the political body will tell you, what do we do? Now, as a professional in that field, what will be your advice to the government on this is how we move these researches from the paperwork to the real implementation and how it affects the common Nigerian? So you advise Nigerian, most especially the political class, huh?
The two things again comes in. Now you have to move into economics. You realize utilization of information may be for regulatory purpose, or it may be for production. For regulatory purpose, we can sit down, the government can instruct any decision that should be formulated must be following a research, not a sentiment or expression of emotion.
Okay. Like policies.
Yes. Policies that should be made by the government, we should be based on scientific research.
I think that answers it.
You cannot say the people want this. I ask you, how do you know the people want it?
Yes.
Did you put any research to determine the statistics that people really want it? What is the evidence that you have that people want this? You say, this is the best thing according to so. Why did so said is the best thing? How did he determine that is the best thing? You understand? So when we have scientific approach to decision making, not just because I can make noise in a forum and people can listen,